Get comfortable, settle in, and let your body loose any tension and relax. Tonight, I have a variety of questions regarding your reading habits. There are not any wrong answers, just whatever feels right to you in this moment. No matter if it changed from last week or will change again next week. Take your time and breathe. Ready? What book world would you live in for one day? What book made you stay up way too late? What's the first book you remember loving? Do you prefer paperbacks, hardcovers, or ebooks? What genre do you usually come back to? What book do you pretend to have read but haven't? What character would you want as your best friend? Which character would you absolutely avoid in real life? What book ending still lives in your head? What book cover do you think is beautiful? What book cover do you think is misleading? Do you like reading in total silence or with background noise? What's your ideal reading spot? What snack belongs with a reading session? What drink belongs with a reading session? Do you tab books, highlight them, or keep them pristine? should read at least once. What book do you think is overrated? What book do you think is underrated? What's a book you reread when you need comfort? What's a book you only read once and never want to revisit? What fictional library would you want to visit? What fictional bookstore would you want to get lost in? What book character would you trust with a secret? What book character would you want to travel with? What book character would you want to cook with? What book character would you want to solve a mystery with? What book quote do you always think of? What's a book that changed the way you think? What's a book that made you cry? What's a book that made you laugh out loud? What's a book that made you feel seen? What's a book you wish you could read again for the first time? What book would you recommend to a friend who never reads? What book would you recommend to someone who is having a hard What's your favorite way to discover new books? Do you judge a book by its first page? Do you read the last page first, or is that considered improper? What makes you DNF a book? What's your reading comfort level? Short books, long books, or anything in between? If your reading life had a soundtrack, what would it sound like? And one final question for the record. If you could preserve only one book forever, which would you choose? Thank you for taking time out of your day to go over these questions with me. That gives me a rather interesting profile. That concludes today's questionnaire. Your answers have been noted. Your reading preferences